Welcome to Whisper Tales, where every whisper hides a nightmare. 99% of you guys are just watching but not subscribing. If you love spine-chilling horror stories that keep you up at night, then hit subscribe and join our dark journey. Because the next tale might be about you. Evelyn Sloan had seen her fair share of insanity. As an investigative journalist for the Obscura Report, she'd infiltrated doomsday preppers, neo-pagan enclaves, and a man who believed he could time travel by bathing in microwave ovens. But nothing had prepared her for the anonymous tip that arrived in her inbox just 3 weeks ago. There's a group living underground in West Virginia. They worship a mirror. Not metaphorically, they actually believe the mirror sees other worlds. And it shows them what they really are. Attached was a single photo, a candlelit chamber carved into stone, with a tall, silver-rimmed mirror standing on a pedestal. Around it, people knelt in ceremonial robes, their faces obscured. The sender had signed it only as Exiled One. Evelyn's curiosity morphed into obsession. She researched every local news archive and Reddit thread connected to the Monongahela forest. The few whispers she found mentioned disappearances dating back decades, always around a specific stretch of abandoned coal mines. Locals called it the Hollow Vale. Most wouldn't even say the name out loud. 3 weeks later, she found herself at the entrance of a long sealed tunnel system, flashlight in hand and GoPro clipped to her jacket. Let's find out what your mirror really sees. The air grew colder the deeper she went. The echo of dripping water punctuated the silence. Her boots crunched over gravel and old bones of mining equipment. After nearly 40 minutes of crawling and climbing, Evelyn found what she didn't believe existed. The tunnel widened into a carved-out antechamber. Torches flickered on stone walls covered in symbols, circles within circles, mirror glyphs, and a recurring image of a human face with no eyes. The smell of burnt wax and iron hung heavy. And there it was, the mirror. 7 feet tall, perfectly oval, framed in an ornate silver border that pulsed subtly, like a heartbeat. She swore the air around it shimmered, warping like heatwaves. No one was in sight. She turned on her GoPro. This is Evelyn Sloan, May 12, 10:48 p.m. I've entered the underground chamber and located what I believe to be the object of worship, a mirror unlike anything I've seen. Her voice caught. In the mirror, her reflection didn't match her movements. She tilted her head right. The image tilted left. But then it smiled. She hadn't. Her pulse thundered. She took a step forward, raising her hand to test the reflection. Her fingers were mere inches from the glass when, clang, a metal gate slammed shut behind her. Evelyn spun around to see a dozen figures emerging from the shadows, hooded, robed, barefoot. Their faces were pale and smeared with ash. One of them held a staff with a broken mirror shard embedded at the top. Outsider, one rasped. The mirror has chosen. Who are you people? Evelyn barked, trying to steady her voice. I'm a journalist. I came to report on your. You came uninvited, said another. Now you belong to your reflection. Evelyn stepped back toward the mirror, heart hammering. This is crazy. Let me go. I'll forget all of this, I swear. The cult began to chant. A guttural, ancient hum that resonated through the floor. The mirror flickered. Her reflection raised its hand. Evelyn didn't. Her knees weakened. She turned to run, but the mirror glowed white-hot. Her reflection stepped out. It was her. Identical. Same ponytail, same jacket, same expression, but the eyes were wrong. Too wide. Too knowing. The doppelgänger smiled at her and walked past toward the cultists. Evelyn's body wouldn't respond. She screamed, but no sound came. Then everything went black. She awoke in darkness. Concrete walls. A single candle on a stone shelf. No door. No mirror. Her voice returned in ragged gasps. No, 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 no. Footsteps echoed from beyond the wall. Then laughter, her own voice, speaking from somewhere above. You wanted a story, Evelyn. You got it. She slammed her fists against the walls. "Let me out! I'm me! That thing isn't." No one answered. She searched the room. Nothing but stone and the candle. Then, a faint glow from the far wall. She squinted. It was another mirror. This one cracked, fogged with age. As she stepped closer, a faint image began to form, not of her current prison, but of her apartment in Chicago. The reflection showed her sitting on the couch, sipping wine, laughing. It was the other her. She was back in Evelyn's life. And she was happy. Evelyn dropped to her knees, breath shaky. This can't be happening. This has to be a hallucination. The mirror shimmered again. The scene changed, now showing Evelyn's mother on a video call, and the doppelganger pretending to cry. Next, her editor at the Obscura report, praising her latest viral exposé. The imposter was living Evelyn's life better than she had. She screamed until her throat bled. That night she heard whispers through the mirror. "They always trade places. Reflections need a soul to thrive. You looked too long, and blinked first." Evelyn stopped screaming when her throat began to feel like sandpaper. The stone walls swallowed every sound. Her only company was the cracked mirror, a grim, flickering window to a world that no longer belonged to her. She'd lost track of time. There was no sunlight, no clock, no rhythm of night and day to ground her. The candle beside her would die and reignite inexplicably, like the cult was mocking her with a controlled simulation of hope. Hunger gnawed at her ribs, but it was nothing compared to the mental erosion of watching her double thrive in the outside world. Every few hours, or days, the mirror would activate again. And every time, Evelyn was forced to witness her life playing out, without her. She watched her imposter embrace her mother, laugh with her colleagues, eat her favorite sushi while scrolling through Netflix. But the worst part wasn't that it was all stolen, it was that it was better. The doppelganger was charming, efficient, perfect. Her reflection had fixed things she never could. The imposter had become the best version of Evelyn Sloane. And no one suspected a thing. Until one day, something changed. The mirror flickered violently, the image distorting like a broken signal. Evelyn leaned in, desperate for a clue, anything. But this time, the reflection didn't show the imposter living her life. It showed chaos. An argument with Evelyn's mother. Her editor slamming his hands on the table. Evelyn's best friend storming out of her apartment. The doppelganger wasn't just living her life anymore, she was breaking it. Evelyn felt a twisted thrill. Hope stirred in her chest for the first time in what felt like eternity. "She's slipping," she whispered. "They'll see through her." She pressed both hands against the glass. "Come on, crack. Show them I'm still here." As if in answer, the candle in the room flared, and a small portion of the mirror chipped, spider-webbing outward from a single point. A voice, soft, childlike, whispered behind her. "You want out?" Evelyn froze. The voice came again, but from within the walls this time. "Then make a trade." She spun around. "Who's there? What kind of trade?" The stone creaked. The candle flickered violently. Then, a shape emerged from the wall. A girl. Barefoot, pale, with long black hair draped like cobwebs. Her eyes were hollow pits, and her skin shimmered with something unnatural, like glass beneath the surface. She wasn't human. Not anymore. "I was like you once," the girl said. "A visitor. Curious. Brave. I thought I could expose the cult. Save people." Evelyn stared. "You're from the outside?" The girl nodded. "They took me. My reflection took my place. But I found a way to survive in here. I learned the mirror's language. You said something about a trade." The girl grinned, revealing jagged teeth behind her porcelain lips. "Every mirror wants balance. One soul in, one soul out. But if you want back your place, you have to push someone else in." Evelyn's blood ran cold. "You want me to feed it someone else?" The girl nodded. "Only way the door opens. That's the rule." "No. I can't do that. Then rot here forever." The girl began to fade into the stone again. But she's ruining your life. You saw it. Cracks are forming. The mirror's getting restless. It might let you switch back if you help it. What do I have to do? Evelyn said quietly, breath catching in her throat. The girl stopped. There's another mirror. Behind the altar in the main chamber. If someone looks into it long enough while standing in the mirror's circle, it'll pull them in. But it has to be you that lures them there. Your hands. Your choice. Before Evelyn could reply, the girl was gone. Underscore 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 underscore. 3 days later, at least, Evelyn thought it was 3, the cult returned. She heard the gates open, voices chanting in low unison, and footsteps scraping against stone. A panel in her cell wall opened silently, revealing the passage that led back to the main chamber. They wanted her to come. She followed. The hallway opened into a massive cathedral-like chamber lit by hundreds of candles and torches. Hooded cultists lined the walls. In the center stood the mirror, its frame now pulsing with red light, its surface rippling like water. And beside it was her. The doppelganger Evelyn. Wearing the same clothes, same expression, but her eyes were starting to crack. Literally. Fine fractures webbed outward from her pupils. Her smile was twitching. Her hands trembled. The cultist turned toward the mirror and chanted. By reflection made flesh. By soul that was stolen. Let the glass break again. Let the gate reopen. The doppelganger turned to Evelyn and spoke in her voice. You shouldn't be here. You don't belong out there. Evelyn hissed. You're not real. I've done more with your life in a month than you did in a year. The mirror Evelyn snapped. And now they love me. But the cracks are showing. You're losing control. The doppelganger flinched. I still have time. Evelyn stepped forward. Let's make a trade. The cult fell silent. The mirror's surface pulsed faster. You're offering someone? The mirror Evelyn asked, eyes narrowing. Evelyn nodded. I know the rules now. 1 in, 1 out. She turned and pointed directly at the high priest standing behind the altar. Gasps rippled through the cult. The mirror wants a soul, Evelyn said coldly. Give it yours. The priest laughed. The mirror chose me decades ago. I'm its voice. Then it should welcome you back. The mirror flashed bright white. The ground rumbled. The cultists panicked, some kneeling, others running. The mirror's surface split down the center, and a hand shot out, grabbing the high priest by the throat. He screamed as he was pulled into the glass, his robes dissolving midair. And then, silence. The mirror healed. The altar cracked in two, and Evelyn's double stumbled forward, grabbing her head. I can't stay. It's too loud. It hurts. The mirror flared again. The cultists fell prostrate. Evelyn stepped into the circle. The mirror shimmered, and this time, it invited her in. The doppelganger screamed, a high, animal wail, and ran straight into the mirror. But it didn't take her. It rejected her. She bounced off it like rubber and fell hard, twitching. Evelyn took a breath and stepped into the light. She awoke in her own bed. Sunlight streamed through the blinds. Her apartment smelled like lavender and old books. She blinked. Her hands were hers. She ran to the mirror above her dresser and saw her face, bruised, tired, but hers. A text pinged on her phone. Where have you been? Deadline's tomorrow. From her editor. She collapsed to her knees, laughing and crying at once. She was back. But the celebration didn't last long. Because as she passed the hallway mirror later that night, her reflection didn't move right. It smiled too early. And then blinked, while she hadn't.